Hello viewer, you're welcome to It Happened to Me. This is an interactive program where real people tell real stories. On this program, life experiences are shared without embellishment. Life challenges are presented without holding back. Above all, God's faithfulness is revealed without any exaggeration. Hi, I'm Olaitan, your anchor on the program. I encourage you to subscribe to EVOM channel on YouTube so as not to miss any episode of this life-transforming program. It happened to me. Real people, real stories.
It happened to me.
In this episode of It Happened to Me, Mrs. Olaitan Amosun shares her experience as it relates to conceptions, pregnancies, and deliveries. One of the pregnancies landed her in the theater, where she experienced a divine intervention. You will be blessed as she tells her own story by herself.
I'm Mrs. Amosun Olaitan. By the grace of God, I'm a Christian. I'm married with children. I'm a civil servant. I got born again in 2006 after my marriage. The first Sunday service that I would attend with my husband. And surprisingly, that day after the message, the pastor said, if you are sure that you will go to heaven now, if rapture happens now, stand up. If you are sure you will go to heaven. I couldn't stand up because I know there are some things in my mind. And he said those people that stood up, they should sit down. And those that didn't stand up before, they should stand up. And I stood up, they prayed for us. And I decided to give my life to Christ fully. And to God be the glory, the Lord has been helping me along the way. No, because when I got born again after my marriage, I thought things would be so easy, everything would be going smoothly since I've put God as my Alpha and Omega. But surprisingly, 9 months after my marriage, I couldn't conceive. And I was thinking, oh God, I'm born again, why this, why this? But to God be the glory, He answered my prayer. There have been so many ups and downs, there are some things that I need to do, but being a Christian, I couldn't do it. No, we were not just looking, we were praying. Because I got married as a virgin. Although I was expecting that being a virgin, I would just get pregnant like that. But we waited January, because I got married in January. We waited January, February, till around May, when a man of God who happened to be my brother, Bro Mike Agboola, he came for ministration in the town where we were living. And I cried to him, I told him that you will not believe that I'm still waiting on the Lord, that I don't know what else I need to do. And he said that he was just smiling that day, that I should not worry, don't bother yourself. I'm sure before the end of August that I will conceive. And I held to that. He said, we didn't bother again, we are just expecting the end of August to come. And to the glory of God, lo and behold, the Lord answered our prayer in August. Actually, we went for the test together that day, and after they collected the sample, after 5 minutes they came out. The sister or the nurse on duty that day was just laughing, because before he went in, my husband was telling him that please let it be positive, as if it's the sister that will make it positive. And when the sister came, she was laughing and she faced my husband. It is positive, okay, it is positive. We were so happy, we thank God, we called everybody. The Lord has done it. And we thank God it has been permanent. Mothers who are waiting should continue to wait, and they should put their trust in God. because it's only God that can answer them. People around them will come with so many ideas. They will discover that everybody around you will become doctors. Do this, do that. They will even want you to do some fetish things. I beg you in the name of God, wait on God. Is the only one that can answer you. Before I got married, I thought pregnancy was something easy, because then when I see people that are pregnant and they are like being sick, I always look, why the pretense? What's the big deal in being pregnant? But when I got there, I discovered that pregnancy is a big business. Then I used to think that I would get pregnant, I would make sure that the births of my children, they are in the same month, not knowingly that it's God that will determine that, and so many other funny things. But when I got married, I know that everything is according to God's timetable. To God be the glory. When I got pregnant with my first child, it was not so difficult as I expected, because the pregnancy came at the time that I was really expecting it. So I've prepared my brain, my mind, my body for it, and God helped me so very much. But during the delivery, Satan wanted to raise his head, but I thank God the Lord suppressed the devil and everything went on. And the second pregnancy came when I didn't expect it at all. It was my husband that told me that I was pregnant, because it was 9 months after the delivery of my first child. And he told me that day that let's go to the clinic, let's go and check we are pregnant. I said, how can I be pregnant? Me that I'm breastfeeding and my baby is still small. But when we got there, the nurse there said that the test is positive again. I was like, oh God, how am I going to do this? But God helped me. When I gave birth to him, when I carry his elder sister and him, people used to call me Iyabeji, which means mommy twins. They always think they are twins, but to God be the glory, they are grown now. To the glory of God, after the first and the second one, despite that I didn't expect the second one when it came, the pregnancy, I waited for so many years expecting the third pregnancy. I waited 8 years without conceiving. You remember I said that when I conceived for my second child, I was not expecting it at all. So because of the space in between them, I decided to go to family planning, which I did for 2 years, and after 2 years I decided to conceive again for my third child. But surprisingly, I was unable to conceive. I waited 3rd year, 4th year, 5th, 6th, 7th until the 8th year before the Lord answered me. I have to go to God in prayer, asking him for forgiveness. That God, you are the lower one that did the first one, and even I didn't ask for the second one, you did it for me. And I went ahead to block it, telling you that it's okay, don't do it again. And now, please, I'm sorry that I blocked your blessings. And to God be the glory, he answered me. The Lord answered me miraculously. And I got pregnant for my third child. The period of the pregnancy was very interesting. Everything went smoothly until when it was time for me to deliver. These are days that I can never forget. Things started going wrong when the doctor told me that my baby was in breech position, frank breech position. That was how he said it, that my baby was coming out with his buttocks, that it would be very difficult for me to deliver him like that it was not safe for me and it was not safe for my baby, that the best thing for me was to go for an operation, a cesarean section. And I gave birth to my first and second children naturally without any operation. It was a very terrible time for me. But I thank God, I give God all the glory. The next thing I did when I came out from the hospital with my husband, I called my brother again. who is a man of God. I told him, brother, this is what the doctor said. And he smiled on the phone. He said, can you come over? That I should come to his place. And the following morning, immediately, we went down to his place where he took us to a doctor friend. The doctor friend did series of tests and he said the same thing. That some people, they used to risk it, but it was better for us to go for an operation. I thought that was the end, because to me then, I thought operation was a passport to death. I started having so many evil thoughts. Then I remembered when a woman in my place of work came to me and told me that when I was still pregnant, she told me that on the day of your delivery, you need to be very prayerful. She just came to me suddenly. And when all these operation things started coming in, what that woman said started ringing in my ear that, this woman said it. I was so perplexed. I was down. I started thinking that why did I get pregnant in the first place? I will have managed 2 children. It will have been enough. I was blaming myself. But to God be the glory, the man of God that the Lord sent to me and the doctor, they prayed for me and gave me assurance that you will go in alive and you will come out alive with your child. And it was as they said, it's to the glory of God. The operation was not as difficult as I thought. I've heard stories in the past that even after the operation, when you sleep, before you wake up is another problem. But to the glory of God, I was awake till my baby came out, and it came out fine. I remember all the doctors and nurses, I was seeing their faces. Before they started, they prayed. It was the prayer that they prayed that gave me confidence. They prayed seriously. The doctors, the nurses, all of them, they were speaking in tongues. They were praying that God help us. That the way you have been helping us in the past, it should help them again. As I heard that the Lord have been helping them in the past, I know that God will do this again. God, please help them. I joined my face with them, that God help them again, and God helped them. During the operation, when it was time for my baby to come out, I started hearing something like from the baby. And suddenly, I just heard his cry, yeah! And I was like, that's my baby. Let me see him. Let him see him. The matron there said, Madam, calm down. You will see him. I said, let me see him. Let me see him. And they brought him to me. He looked so handsome, so big, so chubby, so handsome. I was like, let me carry him. You will carry him. The woman was, you will carry him. Hold on, let me clean him. I said, he's clean, he's clean. Let me I was so happy. I forgot about all the pains, all the fears, everything. Now to God be the glory. It was a day I would never, never, never forget. To God be the glory, there were no complications at all. Because I've had stories of people that had operations in the past. I would say they have these pains, all that stuff. I thank God there was nothing like that at all. And after 5 days, we went back home. Everybody have been expecting us. We want to see this baby because my tummy was so big. Everybody in my neighborhood, even those that were not talking to me before, during my pregnancy, they started talking to me. Sorry, madam. Oh, sorry, madam. And we thank God we came home with the baby. The naming ceremony was so large. Everybody came. Everybody in the family, friends, they gave my baby names. At the end, we were able to pick 18 names. On the naming ceremony, everybody was just shouting, 18 names. And we call him Ayomide Popo. My joy is in multiples. We call him Oluwadarasimi. God is so good to me. And so many other names.
It happened to me.
Those that are waiting on the Lord, that are expecting something from the Lord, I want to advise you, continue to wait. Put your trust in God. Believe in Him. Just have one thing at the back of your mind, that He will never fail. He will never disappoint you. There is a timetable for your life, and the Lord will continue to follow it. Once you know that you are right, your standing is right with God, believe every other thing will fall in place. And I pray that the Lord that did my own, He will do yours too. He will give you joy. He will give you happiness. He will open doors for you. He will answer your prayers. He will pave way for you in the name of Jesus. Amen.